Hello, everybody. I want you to stop for a second and take a breath. And if you're in a hurry or you're scrolling, keep scrolling, because this isn't for you. This is for somebody who really wants to understand what's going on. So you need to settle yourself for a moment. Not for your mind to understand. This is for your body to recognize. See, there's a misunderstanding we've lived with for a long time. The belief that the mind is the control center of our experience. We think that by analyzing more or controlling better, we gain mastery over reality, but the mind does not create stability. It creates movement. It jumps, it reacts, and it tries to manage what's already unfolded. The true center of your experience, the actual interface of your reality, is not the mind. It's the heart. And it's not just a physical organ, but the field of awareness that's in the center of your chest. The heart's the master controller. It's the broadcaster that sets the tone for everything that you perceive. See, reality is not as solid or as fixed as it appears. It's responsive. It's reflective. It's a field. It's a living hologram. It's constantly mirroring the frequency being broadcast through you. Within this system lies what we call the mimic grid. The grid's not an outside force controlling you from afar. It's an internal pattern of conditioned responses that activates the moment a thought or an emotion arises. See, in absolute stillness, there's no grid. The water of your consciousness is perfectly calm. But the moment a thought drops in, a ripple begins. The mimic grid engages. Not in the thought itself, but in your reaction to it. The reaction's the key, because reaction is contraction. It's the tightening of your breath, the bracing of your fascia, the narrowing of your heart field. That contraction sends a distorted ripple out into the field. And just like water in a basin, that ripple always returns to you. So what we call reality is just the grid reflecting our own internal tension back to us. We're entering into an age where this technology, AI, and virtual reality, soon they're going to work together and create experiences that feel indistinguishable from this one. And many people will look at these. I use Star Trek terminology, the holodecks. They're going to say, now I understand this is a simulation. But here's the part that they'll miss. Even if you see this as a simulation externally, they'll still be running the mimic grid internally. They'll still be reacting to and contracting and bracing against the experience. Awakening doesn't come from seeing the illusion. It comes from no longer reacting to it unconsciously. So the exit's not an escape. The exit's coherence. Coherence happens when the heart becomes still, when there's no grasping for a good experience and there's no pushing away of a bad one. The signal becomes clear. When the signal's clear, the grid has nothing to mimic. There's no distortion to reflect back, no contraction to loop. So in that moment, you're no longer the character inside the ripple. You're the stillness that the ripple moves through. The body still remains the interface, and the world still remains the game, but your relationship to the game is completely transformed. You stop fighting the grid. You stop feeding it through reaction. Return to the heart. Return to stillness. Let the water settle. Yeah. There was never no ripple. Only your mind created it. Love and light, guys. Hope this bears you well.